How's it going, YouTube? I'm Gekrons, and Life on Earth right beside me. Let's see if I can fix that.
Nope.
There we go. Okay, so it appears that the feminists are pissed off. This report I just came across, and here it is. Canada's feminist government is more talk than action report. This was done on the, let's see, 3rd, so that would be March. So March 7, 2017. It was posted the 6th, so okay, here we go. And it was done by Sarah Rieger. Alright. Well, let's see what the feminists are bitching about now. This should be fun. Okay. Despite having a feminist prime minister at its helm, the federal government has yet to translate its rhetoric into policy when it comes to gender parity. According to the report from Oxfam Canada. Not that women have rights anymore, I guess, in Canada. I mean, I always figured they had way too fucking many, but whatever. Okay, let's see what they're bitching about. 2 days before International Women's Day, Oxfam released a feminist scorecard to show the actions of the Liberal government has taken and what still needs to be done. When it comes to gender parity, the organization said that the scorecard will be the first in an annual series. Fuck you. Prime Minister Trudeau sent a powerful signal in 2015 when he appointed the first gender-balanced cabinet in Canadian history and named women to key ministerial portfolios, reads the report. Awesome. Alright, let's see this sent a powerful signal. Let's see what this is. Oh, Christ. Time to turn feminist words into action. Yeah, well, you guys are just... Okay, here's the scorecard, I guess. Conflict and crisis. In times of crisis, women and girls face increased violence and their specific needs are often ignored. Bullshit. The government has demonstrated real leadership in welcoming over 40,000 Syrian refugees to Canada, but hasn't invested in supporting women's efforts to build lasting peace and stability. That's a big fucking issue where? Heck, I think we brought in, 40,000 too many Syrian refugees because all they've been is a fucking problem. Violence against women, which is bullshit. 1 in 3 women experience violence in their lifetime. Try being it from a man's point of view and try stacking that shit together. The government launched a long-awaited national inquiry on violence against Indigenous women and girls and made significant investments in shelters for victims of violence. What is now needed is a comprehensive national action plan to end violence against women. Fuck off is pretty much what I have to say. So we're not coddling women enough. They got more rights than most men anyways, so where the fuck are we to keep going with this? Ladies, get over yourselves. 1 in 3 my ass. Maybe if they're beating the shit out of each other, yeah, I can see that. Which women can get violent to each other, so if you're counting that, then yeah, I'll believe it. Other than that, maybe you should shut the fuck up. Representation and leadership. Okay, let's see this. Policies are best informed by the people they affect, yet women are underrepresented, in politics and decision-making around the world. The government has taken meaningful steps to support women's leadership, including by appointing Canada's first gender-balanced cabinet and deciding to restore funding for women's rights advocacy. So we're wasting our money on something that's already been won. Awesome. Yes, that's what we need. Hey Trudeau, I got a question. Are you this fucking stupid? Have you seen in the last, half century the strides the feminist movement has made? I think the fight for women's equal rights is, I guess, at its end. Now it's just unbalanced. So maybe you should try looking into, I don't know, better stats. And as for this whole underrepresented worldwide, that has no impact on us as Canadians. We can't control what the world does in countries like Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Palestine. Like any real Middle Eastern country, you're not going to have equal representation as long as Sharia law exists. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. I don't know what feminism here in the West is going to do to fix that problem. Maybe you guys should go to the Middle fucking East. Good luck. If you don't get shot, stabbed, killed, or stoned, have fun with that. Women spend long hours cooking, cleaning, and caring for children. Not since the fucking 70s. But this work is unpaid and undervalued, my ass. My grandmother was a stay-at-home mom in some respect, and I valued what she did for me and my brother when we were growing up, and she was helping take care of us because my father was a single parent. So, fuck you. The government has taken its first step in making child care affordable, but needs to act more quickly to end the chronic underfunding of essential services for First Nations. I guess no one really realizes that the First Nations decided that when they got their reserves and settlements that they didn't want the Canadian government being involved in their business, so why the fuck are we spending money funding them? That's not our problem. They don't pay taxes, so I don't know what the problem is. If you don't pay taxes, I'm sorry, you don't deserve to get everything you want. Pay the fucking tax and maybe the government will help you more. Let's see. Progressive tax rules can help tackle economic inequality, close the gender gap, and raise more revenue for public services. There is no gender wage gap. Sorry. That's a pile of shit. Obviously, you feminists are still holding on to that one pretty damn tight. I wish the government would tell you to suck it up and deal. The government is cracking down on tax evasion, good, and has reversed some of the most regressive tax policies of the previous government, but corporate tax rates remain at an all-time low. So tax the shit out of the corporations, they end up going overseas or wherever they don't have to pay these taxes, and we lose jobs. Yeah, that's real smart. Yeah, we don't have enough jobs as is, and we keep bringing in more fucking refugees, so that doesn't make sense. Fucking tax breaks, maybe they'll stay. Women around the world are disproportionately experiencing poverty and discrimination, and political backlash threatens hard-won gains Canada as well as position to stand up for women's rights globally, but it can't make real differences with the near record low aid budget. Again, we're not concerned. We shouldn't be concerned as a country with what's going on in other countries. That's their business, their policies, not ours. We can't help them. Our country is so fucking broke, I'm amazed we're still afloat, okay? We may be just starting to turn it around, but frankly, we just don't have the money, the funding, to help every other country around the fucking planet. It's not possible. It's bullshit. Grow up. Those developing countries are going to have to sort their own shit out. We can't keep dropping everything to help them. It's economically impossible. Unless they want to change, we can't force it on them. unless you were to take them over. Women are the first and worst hit by the impacts of climate change. My ass? What a fucking bullshit. The government ratified the historic Paris Agreement and increased funds to help developing countries adapt, but hasn't moved to hold Canadian mining, oil, and gas companies accountable when operating overseas. Well, that's because they're outside of our jurisdiction, so we can't do that. We can tell them when they're here, you have to operate within Canadian boundaries this way, but unless the country they're in starts enforcing these laws that they come up with to stop the impact on their environment, we are powerless to do anything about it unless the UN steps in. You can't force other countries to do what you want. It's up to them. We can suggest with statistics, facts, that they need to go in this direction instead of staying here. This is not complicated. We cannot just flex our muscles and just force everybody to do what we want. It's not going to happen. That's how wars start. Women make up the majority of the world's working poor. Sexism affects the jobs women have access to and the money they earn. After a campaign on a promise for inclusive growth, the government has disappointingly taken very few steps to ensure women's work is fairly paid and equally valued. Okay, obviously economics does not go hand in hand with feminism. If you're a doctor, you're going to make more money. If you're an engineer, you're going to make more money. But if you're a fucking gender studies professor, you're not going to make as much money as these people. Sorry, it's not going to happen. Nurses don't make as much money as doctors. I do value their work, but they don't make as much as a surgeon. Sorry, it's just not going to happen. Now, because nurses don't make as much, there's a reason for that. They take minimal medical school training. They take enough to be able to help help a surgeon in the operation. That's about it. But it's up to the surgeon to do his job, which is specialized. It's specialized. And I'm sorry that most surgeons turn out to be men. Ladies, get a stronger stomach, get used to the sight of blood, become a surgeon. That's how you're going to get equal pay. This wage gap can literally disappear if you take into account different salaries or hourly rates, hours worked, in the field itself. On average, what's the starting income that you're going to be expecting that's projected for you annually or hourly? What's the contract you sign? How far are you willing to go up the ladder, and how aggressively are you going to seek that promotion? These are the questions you guys just seem to miss over and over and over again. So this is a pile of crap. This is Canada's government right here. Let's let the women make a fucking feminism scorecard. Well, fuck your feminism scorecard. Fuck your crap. Most of this shit is bullshit. It involves First Nations, which the government really doesn't have any say over. We've given that power to them. It's up to that culture to fix their problems. If they want help, then become officially a part of Canada. You go with the reserve, you're under their laws. Not the Canadian government's, theirs. They have their own private police force, they have their own little system. Let them fix their own shit. It shouldn't be up to taxpayers like me to fix their problems for them. If they want to become taxpayers, then hell, I'm more than happy to say, okay, then what can we do to help you? Pay your fucking taxes, become a part of the country completely, and deal with it. Quit bitching to us. Alright, so we've covered that bullshit. Now you're going to go back into that. That's just crap. Okay. So, yeah, that pretty much covers that. Fuck off. There we go. Alright, so here we are. Back to this shit. Okay. It continues. Status of women remains sorely underfunded, and Canada's international aid budget is at a near record low. Good! Good! We can't keep spending money over fucking seas to help developing countries. We can't do it. We'll kill ourselves. We don't need that shit. We gotta stop being the world's fucking piggy bank at some point. Even as the government seeks to demonstrate global leadership on women's rights, fuck you on that one too, by the way, the area of the government has made the least progress is towards its promise for inclusive growth. That's because Canada's seen very low growth because companies keep leaving the country because of stupidity. Our government is a fucking bunch of retards. Having taken no tangible steps to close the gender wage gap, which doesn't exist, it's a myth. It's been refuted so many times that it's just gone beyond beating the dead corpse. It's now just dust that you're just poking a stick at. Or to ensure living wages for the working poor, the majority of whom are women. Well, stop taking shitty fucking jobs. Stop settling. Be more aggressive. That's what I can suggest to you. Scorecard looked at the Liberals' government policies and spending in 8 categories. Investing in women's leadership. They can do it on their own. Equal rights. That's what you people wanted. Equal fucking rights. Well, start campaigning to get into leadership positions or, work to get it. Investing in children and elder care. That one I can agree with. That was probably going to be targeted towards women, isn't it? Like girls and older women. Fuck guys. We don't need... Fuck me. We don't need guys like me. Women can reproduce on their own, right? Yeah. Building a progressive tax system. Unless you're going to rip the entire system apart, good luck. Ending violence against women and girls. There's always going to be some kind of violence because there's always going to be assholes, and yet there's a ton of violence against men and boys. I don't see feminists bitching about that. They say they're about equal rights, but they're a pile of crap. I'm an equalitarian. I like equal rights. Equal. Woman hits me, I should be allowed to hit back without being arrested, unless it's like I provoke that shit. Then it's not defense. But that's taboo, isn't it? Yeah. Responding to humanitarian crisis, global leadership, which is not our problem. Global leadership on women's rights is not our fucking problem. We can't control the government of other countries. We can't do it. We have no say in that. Tackling climate change, well, we've been working on that one. And good luck with it. Because you can't control what happens in other countries, so that's kind of out of the question. And addressing the unequal economics of women's work. What is women's work? Taking care of a household? There's plenty of single dads out there that do that too. So, I know how to do my own laundry, cook, clean. I don't need a woman. I like having the company. Feminists, you gotta get off your high horse at some point here. Quit putting yourselves on the pedestal. Come down. Try to be on equal footing with men. You might actually get further with that. Canada got a passing grade when it came to representation and leadership, but the report noted there had been little progress on 6 other categories. Well, fuck, there are 6 other categories. That's all I can say on that one. Including affordable child care and ending violence against women. Again, ending violence against women, if you're talking on a global scale, we can't do anything about. Sharia law in most of the Islamic countries is not going to allow it. If they break the law, they're going to get stoned to death. So good luck with that. The government was awarded the worst score for jobs and pay equity. The Oxfam, who should fuck off, report noted that while the Liberal Party campaigned on a promise of inclusive growth, which it's up to women to help that one, it takes 2 to tango. Try going for the higher pay jobs and, actually doing proper schooling. Get away from gender studies. Gender studies, get away from that. It's not going to help you. You're pretty much getting toilet paper that looks fancy. Because it's the only thing it's useful for is wiping your ass. Or whatever you want to do with it. I really don't care to know. All I know is you guys are fucking moron. You feminists are walking morons. Okay. Has taken a few meaningful steps towards pay equality. There is pay equality. You just have to look for it. Companies would hire all women if they were being paid less. So that's bullshit. Living wages. Living wages, again, same thing. Work the better jobs, get the better living wages, have a better household. That's how the economy should work. Or supporting domestic workers who are primarily women. Well, guess what, ladies? What is domestic work? Actually being a housewife? Okay, so you're pissed off that you're not getting paid that. Fuck you. If I was a stay-at-home dad, could I expect to get paid? If I was raising 2 kids on my own, should I get affordable living wages to sit on my ass and do nothing? No. You would tell me, oh, tough shit, go get a job, man up, fuck off. That would be it. You know it, I know it, most of the people know it. Hey look, there's that pile of crap. In an era of political backlash when hard-won rights are being clawed back, I don't know how that's happening, there is no better time for Canada to demonstrate its commitment to advancing women's rights and gender equality, which is a pile of crap, said Lauren Raven, Oxfam Canada's Director of Policies and Campaigns in a release. In February, Trudeau met with U.S. President Donald Trump, good job Trump, to announce a joint initiative to support female entrepreneurs. The partnership netted him a criticism from the NDP, good, which blasted him for not being openly critical of men who are being bragged about being able to grab women's genitals because he was famous. Jesus Christ. I honestly think the Canadian government needs to step away from the liberal feminist bullshit. Reach all the way up your ass. You know what? Get a proctologist. Tell him to find your head. I guarantee you all of you will feel a lot better. Seriously, go talk to a proctologist. He'll help you find your brain. How could the Prime Minister possibly sit down and discuss women in the workforce with President Trump without first denouncing his misogynist comments, said Sheila Malcolmson, NDP critic for status of women at the time. Bitch, really? Look, he may have said some offhand comments. Deal with it. Why do you take this shit seriously, people? Holy crap. Some offhand comments and he's a misogynist. I doubt it. He wouldn't have gotten voted in, which they're doing the recount now, which is funny, and Trump smoked Hillary, which was... Yay! Good job, Trump. You can't stump the Trump. Sorry. They just think there are enough women in politics. Survey. Oxfam scorecard coincided with the release of the report on how Canadians feel about women in politics. National survey from Abacus Data and Equal Voice found that 58% of Canadians think there are too many or the right number of women in politics. Well, I'm one of them. Now, I'm pretty sure they fudged that one. There's probably a lot more. They're just trying to make it look desperate. Canada's not about equal rights. We've seen enough fucking equal rights. Try equal rights for men. That would be awesome. We got too many morons in politics is the problem. It's not a matter of how many women or men. It's how many morons do we have in politics. Like, you can't swing a dead cat without running into an idiot, without it hitting an idiot politician. There's too many. Jesus Christ. If it isn't feminist bitchiness, Black Lives Matter, for fuck's sakes. We got too many whiners. Too many. How long has this video been going here? Fuck. We'll keep going. Why not? Alright. Despite the estimating that women occupy 31% of the seats in the House of Commons, well, I think 31% too many. Because frankly, it's just become a fucking feminist shit show. Though really, I can't really call the people that support women's supremacy, that call themselves feminists, if you're a guy that's calling yourself a feminist, you're just a cuck. So we got too many cucks and too many feminist cunts in the House of Commons. I think we need to get rid of them because, frankly, they're killing Canada, and it just sucks. 4% think women are overrepresented. I agree. While 54% think that there are enough women in Parliament. I'm going to agree with the 4% because I think they are right. The 4% are right. All right. Holy shit, this thing just keeps going on. What the fuck? Okay, so we'll have to take a look at that, but, okay. We're getting close to the end here, guys. Hold on. Since, in fact, women occupy only 28% of the seats in Parliament, clearly there's... How the hell did we go from 31 to 28%? Consistency. I love consistency, please. Okay, never mind. Sorry, that's the Parliament. Same shit, different building. Okay. Clearly there's still work to do educating Canadians on the issue of underrepresentation of women in Parliament. So going from the House of Commons to the Parliament. Okay, so we just like to jump ship all over the place. As well as other levels of government, said Nancy Peckford, sorry. Fuck you, Nancy Peckford, you fucking cunt. Equal Voices Executive Director in a release. That's all I had to say to you, bitch. Only 3 premiers are women, and only 18% are mayors in Canada. Thank Christ. Thank Christ. I'm an atheist, but thank Christ. Jesus Christ. The survey also found 46% of the respondents think it will take 14 years to achieve gender parity in the House, while 25% said they think that it will never happen. I hope it never happens. We've all seen what women are like when they get power. I mean, hell, if Hillary got into office, I have a feeling she'd be the first one on like ragtime, or menopause came around, she'd be sitting there slamming on that nuke button. She'd be jumping up and down on that son of a bitch. How long Equal Voice estimates it will take to achieve gender parity in the House of Commons? 91 years. The majority of Canadians, 53%, think it will take 14 years or less for gender parity to be achieved in the House of Commons. I hope this never happens, honestly, because frankly, women suck when it comes to making laws. I'm sorry, ladies, but it's never good. Especially if they're feminists. If there are smart women out there that I think would make good politicians, but the women they want in there are going to be fucking feminists and guys fucking slaves in this country. Not that we aren't already. Men are more likely than women to think parity would be achieved sooner. Yeah, because we've seen what happens when feminism gets on a fucking roll and it wrecks everything. So yeah, why not? Let's destroy the House of Commons. Let's do it. Let's completely kill Canada. The survey was conducted online with 2,125 Canadians, and the data was weighted according to Canada's census. It has a margin of error plus and or minus 2.2%, 19 times out of 20. Fuck. With files from the Canadian Press. Okay, so you can follow these faggots on their podcast or on Facebook. No, not gonna happen. So, what do I think when I sit back and take a real good view? I think Canada's fucked. There's too much rhetoric in the House of Commons, not enough fucking logic at this point. Just not enough logic. Look, Trudeau, honestly, if you want to make Canada strong, ditch the feminism. Become an egalitarian, which is what I was trying to get to, what I was trying to say. Become an egalitarian. And why don't you tell the rest of them to become egalitarians, and then you'll see true equality. It shouldn't be based on gender, whether the person should represent anybody. It should be merit, ethics, morals. Morality is the ultimate tool to decide how to run a country just. And frankly, if you're going to go by skin color, gender, or anything like that, then clearly you are an idiot. You should be looking on what's inside the person, their character, their merit, and just how far they're willing to go, and judge them based upon those three factors as whether they'd make a good representative for any community in any country. So frankly, if you want to help the world, try fixing Canada first and try actually exercising true equality. Anywho, that's my opinion. If you guys have an opinion, please be sure to leave them in the comment section down below. I am Gekron's Life on Earth, and we'll see you later. Take care and have a good one. And remember, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Peace.